That door has just opened. That door has just flung open by itself.
We may have captured not only our first name, but an apparition.
You can see literally, I could see the window and the shadow of the tree.
Oh my god. What's happening, guys? We are taking a trip now through the villages that surround Pendle Hill itself before we head up to our 400-year-old farmhouse, because we need to really walk in the footsteps of those that were accused back in 1612. And for anyone who's been to Pendle Hill, you will know that it is the whole area that is reputedly haunted and has some very, very weird vibe to it. But it's also good for you guys to see where our house is compared to all of the other reputedly haunted farmhouses in the area, the likes of Lower Wellhead Farm, Sadler's Farm.
The small villages that surround Pendle Hill itself played a key role in the events of 1612. These were home to the accused and those that mysteriously lost their lives. The strange goings-on that were witnessed here over 400 years ago are documented in Thomas Pott's book, which is our only insight into this famous story.
Guys, you've met Lauren already, but you've not met Jade.
Hi.
Guys, on your left here is Newchurch Graveyard, St Mary's.
Witchy.
Witch? Witchy vibes.
It's giving witch.
Alright, now here is where everything happened. So this is the most important part of Pendle. Now, if you think about where our house is, it's just over the top of that hill there. So we are right slap bang in the middle of everything. That house in the far distance, not this near one, that is Tynedale Farm. Now,
Not this one, this one. This one.
thank you for your excellent pointing skills.
Thank you.
Tynedale Farm, famous for Most Haunted Live back in 2004, which was a load of
Shite.
tosh. Tynedale Farm wasn't even around during 1612. It's a 1700s building, mainly around 1750 actually. It is now converted into a very nice home, but this whole valley here, you've got Bullhole Farm just to your left-hand side over there, and it's where Demdike turned the milk sour. Now, right in front of us, again, famous for Most Haunted, but I actually captured a full-bodied apparition in that house right there. That is Lower Wellhead Farm. Guys, we are going to drive over to Sadler's Farm, which again is insanely active. That is where I actually captured back in 2020 the sound of two elderly women speaking in 17th century dialect, and it was almost they knew we were in the house. All of these houses and areas and this bit, this whole valley here, is where it all happened, 100%. Now, theories. I believe personally that the accused were innocent. However, I do think the two old women, Demdike and Chattox, dabbled a bit in devilry. It's a bit like you two, really. You two dabble in a bit of something or other.
Jed's the witchy one.
Witchy vibes.
I'm not witchy. You're not witchy, but you give
I like
witchy
my
vibes.
crystals. I think.
Yeah, she likes crystals.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
I do.
Now this place, if someone's, because obviously there's a lot of theory about where Malkin Tower is. It's never been found, but I honestly believe it was around this spot here, because that house there is insane.
This place.
Malkin Tower was the home of the Device family, and head of that family was Old Demdike. This was the scene of the Good Friday meeting, which ultimately led to the conviction of 12 locals, all accused of witchcraft. Malkin Tower has never been found, but there are a number of reputed sites, and Sadler's Farm is one of those.
And on today's episode, what Danny Moss keeps in his car. Dun, dun, dun. A piece of paper. I think that's a waiver. You sad bastard. It is. Non-disclosure agreement for Pendle. That's it. Riveting stuff.
Alright guys, this is the route we take to get up to our house. It is like a roller coaster. And when we say we have a house on the top of Pendle Hill, we actually mean it. Oh my god, lambs! Yeah. Oh my god, they are so cute.
They are cute.
Food, guys!
Oh, stop it.
Oh my god, there's so many.
There was not this many last week.
Go, go, go! Let's head in and we'll do a little bit of a walk around, because what I have noticed is when you walk into the house,
That's horrible.
that's when stuff happens straight away. And that's another thing that's really different about this property, is that when you walk in, it's almost they become aware that you've arrived.
Yeah.
Let's see if it happens again now.
This is every week. No one wants to go in.
Hello?
What's that? Oh, that's it.
Oh, you fucking dickhead!
Please check your battery.
Sorry.
Just shit myself.
Please check your battery.
Stop it!
Shut your mouth!
Turn them off.
Just change the battery. They're meant to be charging.
We were ready to host our overnight lockdown, which happens on the last Saturday of every month. But first, we must look back at what's been happening here over the previous weeks.
Pendle, the last few weeks, has been nothing short of incredible. Some of the stuff that's happened here has been beyond what I've saw for a long time. We've had footsteps, we've had the sound of heavy items moving here, we've had guests quite literally freaking out, but to top it all off, we may have captured not only our first name. It said Cynthia, right? But an apparition. So we had two guests in the Pendle room, and they were asking if there was a little boy here, and they had a few indications this may be true. They then asked if he wanted to choose a book from the library, and lo and behold, we immediately hear these footsteps coming down the stairs in the library. When we check this back, you see this almost waist-sized shadow just move right past a bookshelf as a noise happens. The guests, needless to say, radioed us. I think their words were, "Come and save us," which, it kind of sums up this location all over.
Easter within this area played a huge part in the Pendle witch story. It was obviously the Good Friday meeting at Malkin Tower, and young James Device as well was encountering paranormal phenomena around this period of time, and this is all documented in Thomas Potts' book. He actually went to the church in Newchurch, with a big famous church with the Nutter grave there, and on his way home he encountered one of these demonic entities in the shape of a hare, which manifested and attacked him before he symboled the sign of the cross, and it ran off. That is the only documented account that we have to go off, is Thomas Potts' book. And already we have seen so much that has linked into the Pendle Witch story. The sound of a dog in the kitchen. Now, there's been a lot of speculation online whether this is a guest actually going brrr. We can guarantee it's not, because we know the sounds that the cameras make when guests are in the room, and it's a completely different acoustic. Not only that, we actually asked the guest up front whether it was her doing that, and she flat out denied it. There have been huge moments since we opened here. The children crying, which now seems to have eased, but Dan, Jade and Lauren have come on board here at My Haunted Pendle Hill to help run the investigations. Two incredible investigators, and they have witnessed firsthand how mad this house can actually be.
Hello? Can you come down right now, please?
Yeah, woman.
Please? The kitchen door. Right. Is it glass door right there? Yes. That's the door. With like in the kitchen. This one. It's making a tappy glass. Yeah, like tapping on glass. There's glass there, yeah. Oh fuck. It was on the glass.
There's something tapping on that.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks ago now, Dan had actually gone down to get the guests, so me and Jade were in the house just waiting on our own, kind of chatting between ourselves, and all of a sudden I heard a growl right behind my head, and I literally ran out of the house. Yeah, it really, really scared me. Jade didn't hear it, but she was kind of already out of the house, and I'm not sure if we've picked it up on the audio or not, but yeah, it was a very distinctive, definitely not human, possibly animal, I'm not sure, but it was very much right behind my head.
The mimicking in room 1, just here through this main corridor, absolutely terrifying. Me and Dan have witnessed doors opening, doors moving here. Guests have heard it, we've heard the sound of footsteps. What's really strange at this moment in time is that a lot of the activity is seeming to cease completely until there's that door has just opened. That door has just flung open by itself.
What on earth?
That door has just flung open by itself, and I'm going to replay it right here, right now, so you can see it. Watch this door. Just as I'm talking about doors, keep your eye on that door. Right here. Now, we can guarantee that that is not wind, because the door outside to that is completely closed. You have just witnessed firsthand, as I'm doing an interview here, something... Right, me and Dan have just come downstairs where the door has swung open. Harry! Harry is actually in the building as well. He is right there in the Pendle room. Something mad's just happened as I was doing my interview upstairs. This door here has just swung open in such an unnatural way.
What was that noise then?
Dan flicking the switch.
No.
I mean,
Where?
look how still.
Hang on. Well, what did you hear?
Like a scream.
No.
From that way though.
What, from the library?
Somewhere around there, yeah. Unless it's some eagle or something.
Eagle.
Yeah, an eagle just went.
Alright, guys, we are heading over to the doorway here. Harry has just heard a scream. Now
I mean, that is...
it's completely shut the door to the outside.
I mean, I just interestingly, look how still in here the air actually is.
We would have heard it on camera.
100%, you know.
This is the camera here that it was caught on. Right there. Our control room is up there. Dan has just shut the door.
There's not even like a slight draft from that. I don't believe for 1 second that could be wind. And it almost...
It flung open.
Yeah.
Literally, as I was talking about doors, it happened as if it was listening to me. A lot of the activity is seeming to cease completely until there's that door has just opened.
There was a blind lady that lived here called Annie with her son Reginald. That was back in 1903, I think it was. And they lived here when a chap called Thomas Hartley owned it. So Annie and Reginald Bulcock, who lived in this house, are the direct descendants of the Bulcocks that lived at Bull Hole Farm. I am going to continue researching just to see what else we can find out about the house and give us something to go on a bit of past, but it's obviously a bit difficult with how old the house is to find out everything. This house is very creepy. It's not a place that I actually enjoy being, if I'm being honest. But no, yeah, nervous, excited for the guests to come and see what it's all about.
I've found this whole project fascinating, particularly the location. This building, it almost talks to you really. And what I find so fascinating really, the very, very ground that the building's on would have been used by the Pendle witches, all of them that have seen this at least throughout their whole lives. Well, Elizabeth Southern and Anne Whittle, both over 85 years old, both women experts when it came to herbal remedies, what you call really old wives' remedies, if you will. But they had a hatred, a deep hatred of each other. And in the case of Demdike, Elizabeth Southern, she was convinced that Anne Whittle, Bessie Chattox as we know her, had actually murdered her husband. There's no love between these two women, none whatsoever. We can only rely on Thomas Potts's book, The Wonderful Discovery of Witches in Lancashire, to get any answers to any questions related to the Pendle witches, because it's the only eyewitness account we've got.
Our lockdown had begun as 12 guests will spend the entire night inside this mysterious old farmhouse.
What's going on, guys? We are here in the control room, my haunted Pendle Hill. Simon has just left after giving his entire story, which is what we do here on the lockdown nights. And now the investigation has begun. Jade is freezing.
I am freezing. It is cold in this house, to be fair.
Oh.
Look at that hoodie.
Yeah. Merch. Get yours at undeadtees.com. So guys, what we are doing here, we have a group in the Pendle room downstairs, a group in the highly active Barley room, group in room 3, which is just down the corridor from our control room, and a group in room 1. We're going to show you the screen now. You can see the guests have started. We are all ready here. We have coffee. We have Colin. Who's Colin?
Colin the bear.
I was trying to do it subtly.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to subtly get out of the chair so that it didn't disturb you. Shit. Oh shit! Ow! That proper shit was
Guys in the Barley room, we apologise for the noise then. Lauren fell off her chair.
The house is quiet, but over an hour in, things begin to occur in multiple areas.
Guys, a pattern that we are noticing here, and it's just been radioed in by the guests in room 1, is light anomalies. Now, admittedly, I've not seen this, but you girls have.
Yeah.
Explain it.
So,
I mean, we've actually had a few different light anomalies around the house, but I think one of the biggest was just outside the control room. We had kind of a flash of light on the wall, and it looked like the shape of a door frame. Now, opposite that wall is room 3 and room 4, so we checked those cameras first, didn't we? Because we thought maybe a light had come on in one of those rooms and was reflecting onto the wall, and it hadn't. And when we tried to recreate the shape on the wall, the only way that we could do it was by putting a torch up in the attic, which is open. Now, at the same time that we had that light anomaly on the wall, the guests in room 1 had it in the top corner of the room. Now, we did some digging for ages, didn't we? And actually, there's a hole in the top corner of that room, so if there was a light in the attic that cast it on the wall, it could have potentially leaked through into the room.
Why is the light anomalies coming from the attic?
Well, that's what we don't know, because there's no electric up there, there's no light source up there.
Okay guys, I have just joined the ladies in room 3, where they have just claimed the whole room illuminated from a light to the point you actually thought someone was outside.
Yes.
Why has that gone really bright? Oh. Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Like literally on that wall behind you,
could see
literally I could see the window and the shadow of the trees, but then there's nothing there.
And it was almost like we both realised, oh, suddenly we can see, and it was for a while.
I could literally
you could see the shape of the window, you could see the two bars of the window, and then the trees. And as we said, what the hell, it disappeared. But you can see there's a light outside, but it's that way. But where's the light source?
Where's the direct light coming to come through that tree?
Right, I'm going to go down the corridor to room 1 and see if they saw the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand exactly where it is. Okay.
Did you guys just see a big flash of light?
No.
Right, okay. The girls in room 3 have just seen a huge flash of light from outside to the point that they thought someone was outside. And we can't work out what it was. So I thought if it's a natural source, you guys would have seen it as well because it's on the same side of the house.
Yeah, no, we've had the lights off and I think we've been super alert and I didn't see anything myself.
Alright, making my way back to room 3 here now to tell the girls. Oh my god.
And then something kind of goes whoop past the camera, so I'm just trying to work out if it recovered.
So those guys didn't see
any light.
Any light. Now they are on the same, obviously they're in room 1, which is the same side of the house, so if it was an outside source, why have they not seen it?
And thing is, like we've just said, it's got to have been behind that tree because they see the shadow of the tree. So it's got to be behind that tree.
It wasn't necessarily high up, it could have been ground level shining up into the window, but even so, but that's
just
behind
weird.
The tree off the property boundary.
And the thing is, if room 1 didn't see it, what was it?
I'm going to go down to the barley room and ask them as well, because they are on this side of the house.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to go outside at some point to investigate, like outside this bit?
Absolutely, yeah,
okay,
of course,
cool,
yeah.
Cool.
Did you see, about 5 minutes ago, a huge flash of light?
No. Might have been me with torch. I've had it down there so we can see bits and pieces.
No, so what's happened is room 3, which you were just in, the whole room illuminated with a big flash of light. But we checked with room 1, which is again on this side of the house. They didn't see it, so I thought I'd ask if you've seen it.
No, I've had my torch.
REM pod go off.
Yeah, REM pod's been off
3 times.
Yeah, we have got that moment. There is the REM pod, guys, and like I said, there should be nothing to set that off because we're in such a remote area.
Yeah.
Did you look here? Did you see behind them? What's that behind? Thank you.
So up here is, that there is room 1. This is the Pendle room here. And then this is room 3. So they saw it through that window.
Now I am about to discover something very strange, because at the exact time the flash of light occurred, the EDI meter in the Pendle room picks up on a huge magnetic shift.
Right guys, I've just entered the Pendle room here, Now the EDI meter, which you can see just on the table here, at the same time that the guys in room 3 witnessed the big flash of light, the electromagnetic field spiked massively on the EDI meter. So now we're getting into the realms of what the hell is going on, because guys, over the last few weeks this is becoming a pattern where flashes of light are happening in the house, but they're only happening in certain areas. So the girls in room 3, it illuminates the whole room, but the guys in room 1 who are on this side of the house as well didn't see a flash. The guys in the barley room didn't see a flash, and you guys didn't see a flash. So if it was an outside source coming from out the front here, you would have all seen it.
Like lightning or something.
Yeah, like, you know, or, you know, if it was I mean, you don't really, there is no cars here, is there? But, you know, anything, any kind of outside source, you would have all seen that. But now it gets really interesting that the fact your EDI meter goes off at the same time. So we need to go and check that back on the camera to see if we can synchronise it.
Yeah. And you did say you'd gone cold, wasn't it? About 5 minutes ago. You went really chilly.
Yeah.
Alright guys, heading back into the control room now. Right.
At the same time.
The EDI?
Yeah.
Have you got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Show me.
So there's the light footage. Starts at 22, 32, 30 and runs until 22, 33 basically.
And can you see the light?
No, but you can see
hear
their
it.
reaction.
Okay, have you cut that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it starts at bang on the same time.
So you're telling me at the same time they witness a massive flash of light, we get a huge spike in electromagnetic field?
Yeah.
Just moments later, we capture strange sounds next door to our control room.
Guys, something is happening next door in room 4 and there's no one in it. We've got a live view here, look.
Can you hear it again?
There's something moving in there.
That's the wall that Caravan had the big bangs on. He cried.
Yeah, he cried last
It
weekend.
was that loud and he were on his own upstairs and he cried in here.
Did he?
Yeah, because it was really loud from that room.
Something fucking going on in there. That's... Go on the live view. This is room 4 next door, behind this wall here to our control room, and we are hearing stuff moving in there.
What was that?
What the fuck was that?
What was that?
That was like a cry.
We'll play that back.
Where is it?
Coming up.
What the fuck is that?
That's a cry.
Can you cut that? Can you cut that moment?
Are you going in?
Guys in room 3.
Yes.
Did you just hear someone cry?
No.
We've just caught the sound of someone going.
From our room?
No, from next door here in room 4, next door to our control room.
No, I don't know how well the sound travels, but we didn't hear it.
We just caught it clear as day on the camera.
Jesus.
Clear. We can hear someone walking around in there, and then we've just tuned into the live audio and just heard someone go.
Crikey. It's, no, we were talking, but I didn't hear nothing.
Come and listen to this.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to hearing it.
Right, 23:11:08.
Listen to this. So at 11:08. Now.
Oh.
And there's a bang as well.
And you guys didn't hear that from your room?
No. So is that
That's
directly
there.
next door? Yeah.
That's there. So our camera is up here. You see it behind my head here. And it almost sounded like someone was moving around in this room And as we tuned into the live audio, you can just hear someone crying. It's like a...
But things are about to get even more strange as we are about to capture something phenomenal.
I can't believe what's just happened. Listen to this. Is that a baby?
That is a baby. Yeah, but it's what comes after the bang that gets me.
Oh my god.
That's so loud as well.
So the bang you heard, guys, is this door moving by itself. You all know we've got a thing about doors in this building, it just moved by itself, but before and after you can hear a baby, or what's something mimicking a baby. Oh my god.
23:33:16. What is it?
The sound of babies in this house is a pattern that has become frequent, and this directly links to part of the Pendle Witch story, where James Device at Malkin Tower heard the sound of babies crying over the course of 3 nights. Now we are about to use the Paracast device in an attempt to make direct contact.
I just thought I heard movement in the corridor, but I like questioned myself, so I didn't say anything.
Tell me where you are. Can you close the door? We've seen doors move in this house many times now. Did you kick our door earlier? Slam this door. That's a very weird shift. Never heard that before.
Sounds like a clonk. Like a doorbell.
Is that you moving over there?
Let's see what's behind me at my head.
Yeah, like a rustling.
Yeah, well, I heard a rustle.
This might be my paper behind me.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking, when was the last time a fire was lit in the house?
Last week.
Right, because when we were in that other room, room 1, we could smell smoke.
I told you this keeps happening.
That's it's a regular thing here, yeah.
In fact, I smelt it quite a few times in there.
Yeah. In room 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It happens a lot. We get the word burning through on this and other references to it. Why do we smell fire in this house?
What?
Did you just move?
What was
Please
that?
tell me you just moved.
But yeah, that was clear. It was
someone
you two. I didn't move.
Neither of them moved.
No.
Felt it in the floor.
I didn't move.
No, I didn't move.
That wasn't in here. 100%.
Are you out in the corridor?
Oh! What was that?
I don't know.
Tell me your name, please.
Okay.
No. Oh God. I've never been so scared in my life.
Likes it when people are scared.
It does, we've said this before.
Yeah.
Do you want us to be afraid?
There's a knock
You're feeding off our fear, like you did with the family here. Did you
you hear the movement?
Yeah.
There was a movement, like it was doo doo doo. I would swear it was downstairs. Like.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh God, what is that? No. That's horrible. What does this mean?
Next to me.
It's alright, if it's coming through the door, it's coming for me first.
You can have it, mate.
Something feels off.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What has that just hit?
what does this mean, this sound? Can you do that?
We are at 2 a.m. here at My Haunted Pendle Hill, and in the control room.
I got the key. I got the secret.
Unfortunately, I've got to stay with these two idiots.
He fucking loves it.
There are guests everywhere.
Who will love knows, by the way.
Yeah. But it's been an interesting one, guys. Like, stuff has actually happened. Loads of stuff has happened. The baby crying was insane.
Stuff has actually happened as if stuff doesn't happen.
Well, I didn't expect it to be active tonight, to be fair.
Always. We've only had one night out of
Right,
every
it's been
night we've
quiet.
been here, but it's been quiet. Yeah, just kids crying everywhere, man.
Exactly that.
Really spat my chicken on you.
Very thummish in here.
Why did that go away?
This is what we get to sleep on here, camp beds.
Living the dream.
With cameras over there just so we can keep an eye in case any shit goes down. And that stinks, what is it?
Stinky chicken.
Why?
It's actually called stinky
She's
chicken.
actually just fucking stunk the room out.
I was hungry. And
That's
someone,
just Jade, that's nothing to do with the chicken.
very nicely offered me some stinky chicken, so stinky chicken it was. Good night!
Good night, and we may put the camera on in the middle of the night if something happens.
Bye. That's goodbye. Tomorrow is not too late. So hey.
Good morning, guys. Absolutely shattered. Had about 2 hours sleep. Not much to report really overnight. Thought the door latch went at one point, but apart from that, seems all quiet. We're going to go and see the guests shortly, get them dropped back off at the Pendle Inn. These two are not in any fit state to be filmed. I see a thumb and I see a wave, and that's probably about the best that you're getting. Yeah. Very, very interesting night last night. Some phenomenal stuff with the baby crying, this door getting booted, light anomalies, paracast session, which was really, really creepy. We move on, and the mystery of My Haunted Pendle Hill continues.